Hello, everybody. I hope that you guys are going to have a great Saturday. I just want to keep this about 5, 6 minutes. I'll try my best. So yesterday, Friday, May 10th, 2019, I went to the New Carlisle Police Department in the great historic town of New Carlisle to file a records request that is directly related to a federal lawsuit, 3:18-CV-962. And Ron Witt, a town of New Carlisle, are defendants. And the state of Indiana, ILEA, I'll just let the cat out of the bag. I allowed them to leave the lawsuit as of right now. Uh, so basically, I went in there, filed my records request, and I talked to a officer Nabalski, Jim Nabalski, and and so myself and Jim Nabalski have we have a past, and Jim Nabalski was an officer who was involved in arresting me at one juncture, along with the former chief of police, former chief of police Jeff Roseboom, who was let go by the town of New Carlisle for unspecified reasons and is now a low-level county employee for the highway department. So I hear. And so basically, I filed my complaint. I was not arrested. I was not shot. I was not tased. That went well. The process of me filing for my records request went well as of right now. But then I still have to deal upon Andrea redacting Haplin, who is the town attorney, who she will redact everything. She does not understand the concept of the public access laws of the state of Indiana. She just doesn't get it. And but she will. Okay? So in 2017, I believe in August, Jeff Roseboom and Jim Nabalski illegally arrested me. Now, I pled guilty to those charges in court because they gave me a sweetheart deal, and I was being poisoned, and my lawyer gave me insufficiency of counsel. I believe her name is Linda Brotherson. I think that's her name. And so basically, the Seventh Circuit says I can still sue. If they don't, then I'll take it to the United States Supreme Court, and I will eventually be victorious on that issue. But getting back to New Carlisle for a moment is that so the conversation with Jim Nabalski went okay, but the point that they still don't get it, they don't get it. Now, it appeared to me. So you go into the New Carlisle Police Department and you have to get through one locked door, okay? Then you go in and they have this sliding glass that is, I guess you could call it tinted, you could call it stained, so you can't see through it, okay? And several times through the conversation, I have it on video. I'm probably going to post it here later today. But basically, Jim keeps he keeps looking to his right, that'd be my left, and I surmise, and next time I'm just going to stick the camera around the glass, but I surmise somebody was standing over there. Either Ron Witt or somebody, chief, lawyer, somebody was over there. And, either that they were doing something funny or Jim still thinks this is a fucking joke. And so, Jim, I rest assured this is not funny. Okay? I'm not laughing. I'm not even joking. And do you remember, Jim, the conversation that you and I had, one of the many that we've had, but this specific one was one of the few times that you had booked me into St. Joseph County Jail. Well, taken me to St. Joseph County Jail. And we were in the foyer there, and you said you don't something to the effect that you don't understand why I mess with you guys because you guys are the bear. Jim, I am going to be a bear in the sense that I am of the opinion through living in this town for quite some time that the town of New Carlisle and the officers are unfit to actually discipline itself and to run a town. So my goal, Jim, and Cal Dittmeyer and Haplin and the entire fucking board is I am going to sue you and win enough times to put a sizable dent to the point where I bankrupt you. I bankrupt New Carlisle, you know, a $4 or $5 million judgment that would do the trick. That puts you guys in the pathway of we can't pay our bills. So then, because you can't pay your bills, then the state of Indiana comes in and they take you over because you are at that what point you are insolvent, right? You can't run the town, you can't pay staff, you can't pay cops, you can't maintain roads. You're insolvent. You know, you are like Apple almost was, I believe, in the 90s or the 80s. Insolvent. Okay? Meaning you are financially bankrupt. You don't exist anymore. You can't maintain a certain level, and so you're gone. Okay? So the reason why I bring this up is I am going to file another lawsuit against the town of New Carlisle. I'll be doing that here in the next little bit against Jim Nabalski, Jeff Roseboom, Linda Brotherson, St. Joseph County Jail, Paul E. Singleton again, and I'm going to file one against the town attorney, Miss Andrea Haplin. You guys should enjoy reading that one. And then I am going to sue Ron Witt again for there's this case in Indiana where officers can't be a victim of disorderly conduct. Oh, I can't I can't recall right now, but I'll think of it. But anyway, I'm gonna sue him for that. I'll win that one. I'm gonna sue Officer Deeks for shining a flashlight in my face, and then he only stopped when I told him I was recording and I was gonna sue him. So, that seems like there's not a proper training process in place there. And I believe that's all the lawsuits against New Carlisle. I'm going to sue county-wise. I still have a long way to go there. I believe my statute of limitations is still good to sue in a different, I guess, a different composition. The assistant, chief of the St. Joseph County Sheriff's Department, Bill Thompson. I'm going to sue him. I'm going to sue Jeff Lewis and Mike Thompson. And Mike Thompson is not related to Bill Thompson. Total coincidental. I'm going to sue Officer Smart. Because he gets, a flashlight happy. I'm going to sue a Judge Manyard. Well, excuse me, magistrate / appointed Judge Manyard. I'm going to sue Elizabeth Hardachek for stealing my Sixth Amendment right from me, as well as Miss Jenny Pitts Manyard for not filing proper case law that would give me a appellate attorney. Pretty big things. I'm going to sue North Liberty. I'm going to sue James Andrews for that little escapade down North Liberty. I'm going to sue him actually twice. I'm going to sue the arresting officer in my arrest, my first arrest. I've only been arrested down there once. How that's only been, only a one arrest. That's fucking amazing. I'm going to sue the entire town board because they need to go. They need to, understand this is not okay. I'm going to sue the officer and the president of the board for me being drug out of a public meeting. I'm also going to work on something where I'm going to sue the city clerks. I believe I have enough information to do that already, evidence. I'm going to sue the sheriff of Miami County. God, my rights have been violated a lot, haven't they? This is fucking egregious. What else? I know I'm missing some lawsuits. I know I'm missing some. Oh yes, I'm gonna sue the Indiana State Police and St. Joseph County 911 dispatch and non-emergency for hanging up on me. I contend that it's their job to listen to me. I contend that they have to listen to my vulgar speak, that they have to hear me yell and scream at them as long as I'm not breaking any laws. If you call non-emergency, now don't quote me on other states, but uh so I don't know if that video is still up on my Pigpen channel, but go on to my Pigpen channel, and I believe if you type in Pigpen Miami County sheriffs or something, a video should pop up on somebody's channel. Basically, I Noman were I was illegally detained by the Miami County sheriff himself. I believe his name is Tim Miller, and by the Indiana State Police for filming in front of Miami Correctional. And then it started raining, and they wouldn't let me record and all this nonsense. Um, yeah. And then so I contend by any governmental official hanging the phone up on you because they don't like your speech is no different than a cop, picking you off the sidewalk and say, hey, you know what? I don't like your sign. Or I don't like the fact that you're recording me. It's no fucking different, that they are still slowing my speech. And I am the only auditor who has done a First Amendment, phone audit. A 911, well, excuse me, non-emergency dispatch, they don't get audited at all. And, you're not breaking any laws in the state of Indiana. Of course, this is legal information, not legal advice, that can be readily found on the internet. But in my humble opinion, as far as me calling your county non-emergency, that's the operative word, non-emergency, because if you call 911, that can be misconstrued as a misuse of 911. But you call non-emergency, you can audit them and see how they respond and see how they treat you. But call for some reason, and I quantify merely calling non-emergency, just the act of calling and redressing your government. I believe that's legitimate business. And so this is not been tested in court. There is no precedent for this, and that lawsuit will go to the United States Supreme Court because when there's no precedent, district courts say always dismiss the case. Always. They don't want to make precedent, okay? So, half the time the Court of Appeals, they will say, well, you know what? We agree with you. And the other time, yep, goes to the United States Supreme Court. So there's that. Eventually, I'll get to the fucking state police for their flashlight happy troopers. I have one video, I think it's on my Pigpen, where I was literally chased around LaPorte area by two state troopers because I filmed them at a gas station. That seems kind of egregious. What else? What else I got going on? I'm going to sue Captain Heinrich of the LaPorte County Sheriff's Department, and two other sheriffs and that little fucking spick fucking tyrant fucking trooper. I'm gonna sue him. I can say spick because I'm an eighth Guatemalan. Uh, I can do these things, and 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 I can say the word nigger too because I'm an American and I have free speech. You may not like it, but I respect your free speech, even though I may disagree with it. The act. If you guys notice, everybody that puts a comment on my channel, even death threats, even I'm a piece of shit, I still love your comment because I love the ability that you are able to exercise your right. Now, if I disagree with it, I'll put a thumbs down. So, I cherish the First Amendment because I think everybody should be able to speak their mind in an unpopular manner if that's what you want to do. This is your, if you're not breaking any laws, you should be able to do you, boo. And currently, I have a restraining order against me from St. Joseph County, where basically there are all the county property. I can't go. I can't drive on a county road. I can't go to jail. Actually, I have to RSVP for that. Something else I'm going to sue. I'm going to sue my state senator, Mike Bohatchin. I'm going to sue some public defenders. I'm going to sue probably a Marion County judge. I don't know if I want to go down that road. I'm going to sue the prosecutor's office of Marion County. I'm going to sue, I believe I already said the Capitol Police. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I have a criminal case down in Marion County that is now in the Indiana Court of Appeals. Uh, if you Google, it's going to be, I believe, Kyle Stone versus the state of Indiana. You'll see it on the docket there. And basically, the allegations are that I called my state senator and other state government officials too often. And I mean by too often, 7 times 5 people in a year and a half. I'll say that again. I didn't even stutter. 7 phone calls, 5 different people. And I'm not even. I think I actually have some more lawsuits that are escaping me. Oh, I do have more lawsuits. But anyway, so this is a pretty historic case in the state of Indiana. See, stupid me, I thought it was settled that one could redress their government. Apparently, stupid me, and I have gone well past my 5 minutes here. But, stupid me, that I guess you can't call your state senators, you can't call your federal senators, because I have been barred from Jackie Leworski's office, who is the second district congressional fucking cunt of Indiana. Fuck you very much, Jackie. You guys realize that she's put your daddy on a terrorist watch list? That she's put me on the no-fly list? And I'll have to test that too at some point. All because I wanted her to investigate the CIA, and she wouldn't fucking do it. Because she is CIA. And that in itself is a fucking lawsuit because she's acting upon the capacity of the CIA, and the fact that she's trespassed me from her office. I can't readjust my fucking government. That's another one. You know, uh, um, who's ever keeping track of the lawsuit number? Add one more. And basically, so back to the state court of appeals case, that this is basically my lawyers tell me, and I thought this was fucking settled, but stupid me, that basically this is going to be a landmark a case law in the state of Indiana. Basically, that there is no case law on the frequency that one can call your 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 elected officials. Okay, so my lawyer's argument is, we'll use a pothole for example. Okay, a pothole is a one of those problems that is very hard to solve. Okay, so you may need to call 2 or 3 times a day. You may need to call every hour on the hour. You may need to call every minute. You may need to call every 30 seconds. You may even need to call every 15 seconds. You may even be so compelled you need to call every fucking 5 seconds. If you can do that, I can't do that. Eric Brandt can. But my point of it is, though, is there's no limitations on the frequency that one can call their governmental officials. It doesn't exist because I'm that guinea pig right now. Okay, I'm that guinea pig. And so basically, even though my one lawyer is a governmental agent, Kendall Gobranson, you can Google him. He's a Marion County public defender, a bright guy. He's just a piece of shit because he's a governmental agent. And then my appellate attorney, also through the Marion County Public Defender's Office, Rory Gallagher, nice guy, little naive, but you know, uh, he's a very nice guy. I have competent legal representation on the fact that they know the law. But so basically, to segue to something else, and I'll get back to what I was talking about, is my lawyers both have told me that this case is going to the United States Supreme Court because whoever loses in the state of Indiana Court of Appeals, they're going to appeal to the Indiana State Supreme Court. And then we're going to go, whoever loses is going to appeal it to the actual, United States Supreme Court because I thought this was settled, but apparently I'm an idiot upon that calling 7 times 5 people in a year and a half is somehow illegal. I'm so confused. I don't even know where I am. Oh, wait. I just touched my nipple. I am where I am. Anyway, so getting to the actual argument they made is basically their argument was that Mr. Stone, that's your daddy, is he was using phone lines. And that's a traditional public forum because it is owned and operated by the government. I thought that was a brilliant argument, by the way. I am so pissed I didn't fucking actually think of that, but I'm stealing that from my other lawsuits. I'm stealing that, okay? Taking that already. And basically, that if the court is going to basically put restrictions. Did you look on Pigpen channel? Did you look on this channel? It may be unlisted. I may have put it unlisted, but I thought I put it listed. Maybe I took it back to unlisted. It's either going to be on Pigpen channel or on this channel here. If you don't see it, then I have, put it unlisted, I guess. But anyway, so basically their contention is that he used a public phone line, owned and operated by the government. It's a traditional public forum. He can express himself as long as he's not breaking any laws. I didn't threaten anybody. The only allegation was I called too often, and that was 7 phone calls, 5 people in a year and a half. I think that's just quite laughable. Yeah, so you're going to see Stone v. the State of Indiana for case law, and you may see Stone v. Indiana for United States Supreme Court case law. That'll give me a hard-on forever. And then, so basically the argument is, well, if you're going to limit Mr. Stone's right because he wanted to complain about that his state officials are CIA, then you're gonna, stop, females who are gonna call their state senators for a reproductive rights or for abortion or for etc. So if we lose in the state of Indiana Court of Appeals, that's because the chief judge, Nancy, I think her name is Nancy something or rather. She's CIA and she does not like me. I have a case in the Court of Appeals right now that I'm handling myself, and she just flat out does not fucking like me. Doesn't like me. She's a fucking cunt. Fuck you, Nancy. Hugs and kisses. I'm gonna sue uh, First Sergeant Johnson, who is a detective of the ISP Bremen post, for denying me a public accommodation, and that public accommodation is he would not investigate a crime. He would not investigate a, a allegation of a crime because I have him on audio saying I'm not going to do this, Mr. Stone, because I think you're mentally ill. Okay? Slam dunk lawsuit under Section 3 of the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA. I am going to sue the CIA. I'm suing the CIA. I am suing the OIG's office because they have denied me a public accommodation. They have denied me to investigate the CIA because I'm mentally ill. I am going to sue Detective Brian McCall of the Indiana State Police. He is at the Lowell Division, actually the Lowell District, they call them, for refusing me a public accommodation for, you guessed it, because I am perceived to be mentally ill. Section 3 of the ADA violation. Slam dunk lawsuits. But, you know, because I am me, I will not get a lawyer to represent me on any of these matters because I am me. Even though they're all winnable, they're all slam dunk, they're all just, a question of how much, then I don't get representation because I am me. And I'm the subject of a massive governmental conspiracy. But, I want to get back to the CIA just for a moment here. I always knew the CIA, they were corrupt and dishonest. But if you Google CIA OIG phone number, it doesn't exist. Meaning it doesn't exist online. You have to call the OIG of the Department of Transportation. And she's a nice lady. She'll more than happily give you their phone number. And then when you call the CIA OIG, they don't like you to have that number because it's not a published number. And they will stonewall you. They will hang up on you. Okay, so basically, my experience upon trying to file a complaint with the CIA OIG is that they call you crazy, and then they play around with you for multiple months, and it seems like there's a clear problem upon that I actually talked to CIA, CIA personnel. I talked to a duty officer. I talked to a CIA investigator. If you're as puzzled as I am telling the story, you have great deal of pause to be concerned because you should be thinking, well, wait a minute, Daddy. Isn't there supposed to be a separation from the CIA OIG to the CIA? And if you're thinking that, you're correct. It seems like there is no separation. It seems like the CIA is the CIA OIG and vice versa, and that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not the intent of an OIG. Is supposed to be independent of the entity that it is given the power to investigate. Okay? At the CIA, it's all CIA. It's just all CIA, and I don't understand how you investigate fucking anything doing that. I am going to sue the entire Northern District of Indiana. I'm going to sue the fucking 3 fucking clerks who have been nice to me because they know I'm going to sue them, but they've been nice, but they're governmental agents. I am suing the 2 marshals that I know of in South Bend, Agents Booth and Workman, for being CIA. I'm suing the U.S. Marshals and the Northern District for not having a proper policy to preclude. Did you find it? Good for you, sir. Good for you. Happy viewing. And I believe there's more video on Nomenesio. Go on to Nomenesio and maybe Neo Raiden, one word, investigates. And there should be some video from his vantage point too. I believe on Nomenesio. You'll have to go back. I believe it was that what August was that? I don't even know. A lot happened last year. My rights were violated a lot. Um, and so I'm gonna sue those fine folks. I'm gonna sue Judge Robert Miller, who has his name on the placard to the South Bend Federal Courthouse. I'm suing him because number one, he's a governmental agent, um, and he's denied me motions on the behalf of the CIA, and because he's basically denied motions on the fact that violate his oath. He's treating me different than the rich. I think I'll do very well there. Um, Also, I'm suing John E. DeLugio, who's another federal fucking judge. This fucking cocksucker is stupid. He hates me. This motherfucker, I can tell just through his writing, he fucking hates my guts. He dismissed a federal lawsuit, 3 colon dash CV dash 277, because basically he quoted other judges as calling me nutty and delusional. I believe, once again, if you are making allegations against the CIA, Section 3 of the ADA is your friend, because you will have judges in written documents, you will have people over the phone if you record it, you will have people refusing you things that you are entitled to, and they cannot refuse you such things because you are mentally ill or you are perceived to be mentally ill. That is a no, 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 no. It's a no, no. Okay? Uh, and then after I get those motherfuckers in line, then I'm going to sue Jeremy Seabolt for admitting he is CIA, and then after that, it's all just pattern, a pattern of behavior, and I will subpoena YouTube and get all of his videos that he's deleted of him saying he's CIA and following me around and doing all the things he's done, restraining orders. That's a slang dunk lawsuit. I will end up, I will end up owning all of the Cheese Whiz from Jeremy's fat, disgusting fucking Cheese Whiz dispensing wife. And you're welcome. Hopefully that bitch will lose some weight. I'm taking all of the quarters from Jeremy's fucking daughter, who allegedly has been giving blowjobs in the park for quarters. Allegedly. Then I will turn my attention to the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals in Chicago. They kicked me out of a public building for giving them double middle fingers. I would say that is a peaceful protest, and also I need to sue the entire Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals judges, because no one will put their name onto who denied my form of pomperous, and they didn't give any just cause. Just like, no, Mr. Stone, because you're poor, we're not gonna actually, let you, proceed. So that seems very clear cut to me. That they violated their oaths, and they violated my due process. All right, and then I'm gonna sue the executive committee of the Northern District of Illinois Eastern Division. Uh, you know, number one, I'm pretty sure there's United States Supreme Court case law I'll have to fight, but my contention is that these executive committees who handle solely administrative, issues are illegal in their inception, because the one I'm dealing with doesn't have hearings. So, so basically, I had a hearing. Well, excuse me, I did not have a hearing. I had a order engaged against me that I am to only enter 219 South Dearborn Street in Chicago, Illinois, and all federal courthouses in the state of Illinois at the behest of a federal judge, only when a judge tells me to. I have to arrive no more than 15 minutes prior to my court date, and have to leave no more than 5 minutes after. That's unreasonable. I need to be allowed in that building for public records. I need to be allowed if I want to sit in court one day. I need access to my government. All right, gotta have access to my government. So I'm going to sue sue the committee itself. I'm going to sue the U.S. Marshal who arrested me in Chicago last year. I'm going to sue the entire Marshal deputized security staff. Do we know how many lawsuits that is? Hopefully somebody's keeping track of these lawsuits because I count at least 20. And then there's some other people I need to sue too. Hmm. Uh, I know there's some others. I know there's other lawsuits I need to be getting into. Oh, and also something else I'm gonna do. I will spill the beans. Oh, and then I'm gonna sue Hobart. There's more. Hobart, and then Anthony Boulware. I'll tack those on. Those I will win in my sleep. I'm gonna sue Porter County. I'm gonna sue Judge Drenth. I'm gonna sue my former lawyer, Elwood. Those are separate lawsuits, by the way. The Elwood and the Judge Drenth are one because apparently Judge Drenth doesn't believe in actually giving me a uh, a lawyer through the entire process. He just thinks that at a certain point I'm done, and I contested the actual decision because I wanted a Brady hearing, and he said, "Well, no, you had an attorney," and didn't give me any justification. Just said, "You know what? You're done." I say, "You're done." And the guy is a decent guy. The guy's a really good guy, and the guy's a fair judge, but he's a former prosecutor, and we all know they're fucking brain dead stupid. No, no, no. That's unreasonable. That's unreasonable, Pugsley. Never be unreasonable. Always be being reasonable. I know there's some more lawsuits. I know there's a few more. I'm forgetting. I need to write all this shit down. Probably this weekend. Don't quote me because I have not made bail arrangements. I'm gonna spill the beans and see how stupid South Bend PD is. But some of you who are subscribed to my channel and Freedom to Film are aware that we are investigating the restricting of the road behind the St. Joseph County Jail and the South Bend Police Department that basically closes off the Public Works Department and a street department of South Bend. You're able to get sandbags at the street department, but there's no way you can get it and not be subject to arrest for trespass and for being in a restricted area, even though the area is not restricted. So if I can get my ducks in a row this weekend or maybe Monday, I know I'm gonna go to a public safety meeting uh, on a Wednesday where I have been trespassed. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see if St. Joseph County is gonna allow me in the building. And I'm gonna file some records requests there. So if they want to escort me through the building and just be my shadow, that's fine. But they can't deny me access, and that's what they're doing currently. Um, so basically, I'm gonna go on that access road, and I'm gonna have a sign that says "I am Kyle Stone." I'm not leaving until I get arrested, and I'm gonna walk back and forth as many times as it takes. I may be there for fucking 8 hours. I may have to fucking take some time for some breaks, but I'm not leaving until I get arrested. Now, I may never get arrested because I went to the South Bend Police Department last week. I don't believe my fatty didn't post a video, but basically, I went into the South Bend Police Department to get public records, and I have a no trespassing order against me. And that brings me to more lawsuits. So I need to sue Captain Noonan, who's the same douchebag who arrested Freedom to Film. I need to sue the officers who actually put cuffs on me for my illegal detention for being, last November. I'm gonna sue the city of Mishawaka for trespassing me from their lobby without having a hearing, no process, no proper process. You know, no due process. I said that like 3 times, didn't I? No process. Your papers. What else? There's more to do. Anyway, so they may arrest me because South Bend, anytime they see me, they act a little differently around me at least. So I may have to get somebody else to actually be the clone of me and have everything set up so we get them right out. But this is a major thing, folks, and I don't know if ABC 57 went out there yesterday morning. Uh, I talked to the executive producer. She told me that she was going to. Oh, and by the way, I'm in love with her because she said that basically I need to get arrested, and she triggered me because then I kept her on the phone for 30 minutes and told her, basically what I do for a living, and then her mind was kind of mush, and then I believe we parted on good terms. But anyway, so somebody needs to get arrested on that access road because I don't think I'm gonna get you know no, down to the bottom of who has actually put in um the actual request to have that road. Yeah, basically what they've done is from the Lafayette side, they put signs that says private drive. They even renamed the goddamn street. They renamed the street. How any of this is legal, I have no idea. But they renamed the street. They cut off access. And from the Scott Street side, they took down the green sign and they blocked that off. So you can't get to your public works building. All right. I just reiterated. And so, oh my God, I just popped my ankle. Oh God, it's almost as good as coming. Not quite. Oh my Lord. Oh. Um. Yeah. So there's that. I need to do that because I'm not gonna get the records I want. So I'm just gonna have to sue them and fucking get it through depositions and through motions to compel. I'm gonna sue Mayor Pete for some of this bullshit too because he needs a fucking lawsuit. I know there's more lawsuits. I know there's some I'm forgetting. I know there's more. But anyway, I said I was gonna go 5 minutes, and I have fucking talked almost fucking 44 minutes. Anyway.